Emphasis on trying to get the ball in my hands a little bit more to start, but the rest of it's just kind of read and react, taking what's there. They obviously had a game plan, and we tried to make adjustments, and I'm sure that'll continue throughout the rest of the series. And that's the beauty of what we can do is playing a lot of different ways, trying to create good offense a lot of different ways, using gravity. But that was connected with our defense and the emphasis on not fouling, trying to make them earn, everything they got on that end of the floor. Obviously, Bron came out hot, hit some tough jumpers early, but we stuck with the game plan and played to our favor.
You mentioned using gravity. Just what does going small, having that extra floor spacing, do for you guys, especially against a team with the Lakers' size?
You got to give up something. It's hard to be everywhere. All of what's that movie or show that? Yeah, I think it's part of again how we're using our strengths to our advantage. Pick and roll. You got to give up something. So as long as we're decisive and the floor is spaced properly, you usually can find a good shot, and then you just got to knock them down. So JaMychal was huge coming in, being aggressive, being in the right spots. Obviously, Clay got going early. We found him in transition and in the half court. Draymond was amazing in the pocket. The Sacramento series, we found some success there. Then they tried to, respond to that, and we figured that out. So I assume that'll happen with LA. Same kind of vibe, but we'll have an answer for all of it.
Steph, obviously the last playoff win you guys had, you scored 50, and it was a big deal. But does the TCC in you like these type of wins where it's up and down the lineup, all these people contributing, you only take 12 shots? Do you get a special satisfaction out of that?
I do, but I like to shoot too. So just finding ways to be impactful and be aggressive. And whatever's working, sticking with that until you have to do something different. So we're capable of playing a lot of different ways. I'm capable of playing a lot of different ways. As long as we're just creating open shots, no matter who's taking them. And obviously tonight I didn't have a lot of open ones for a reason, and make the right decision. The ball finds the right person, and good things happen.
Steph, Draymond mentioned that Clay was particularly pissed off after last game. Did you see that? Do you get a feeling what that might mean? And do you? I know all playoff series are big, but obviously it's Lakers. It's a team he's not. Even none of you guys have played in the playoffs for, and he specifically hasn't played his childhood team. Do you sense some sort of added significance for him because it's the Lakers?
Yeah, he talked about it before the series and how excited he was. I don't know whether he's pissed off at shots or the loss or both or all of it. He's a competitor, and he takes that stuff personally in terms of his performance and how he plays, and he's been that way his whole career. So whatever added fuel to the fire you need for him, whether that's the matchup itself or the personal history of fandom that he had, and now is a guy that's trying to chase his fifth championship. Like, all that stuff matters. We got to find motivation to keep the fuel going. So whatever motivates him, I love it.
JaMychal mentioned the speech you gave before Game 7 helped kind of get him out of his feelings a little bit. Was that in some ways kind of the purpose of it? And just what did you think of what he's done in this series?
We talk about it a lot in the sense of it's really difficult at times for a lot of guys to keep confidence in themselves, to trust that the work that you're putting in on a day-to-day basis to keep yourself ready and in shape and your skill set sharp, that it'll pay off, because you don't know when it's going to be. And historically with our team around our core, we talked about it, there's guys that always find a way to step up at the right times, and whether you need that reminder or just that message that it's gonna happen. I'm glad it worked, and I'm glad that he took it to heart, and it's a big part of who we are as a team and our identity and our culture. And like I said, it's just not. I know it's not easy. So credit to him to staying ready, staying sharp mentally, confident in himself to knock down those shots and take what the defense was giving him. And that's him being professional and taking advantage of the opportunity.
Steph, with the 12 assists tonight, should we be calling you Magic Curry now?
Nah.
Do you take an extra pride in doing things in a traditional way, even if you're not a quote unquote traditional point guard?
I mean, the labels and all that stuff, I don't ever get into it just because, labels usually demean or kind of try to bottle up greatness in the sense of what we try to do on a night-to-night basis. So, like I said, we do it a lot of different ways. I try to do it a lot of different ways. How you want to describe it or label it doesn't matter to me. It's just when you watch us play, you know how we do things and how I try to impact games. Again, whether it's shooting 38 times or shooting 12 and trying to find what the defense is giving you. So I'm going to continue to do that and try to figure out my aunt, she sends me some amazing stuff from game to game, and she talks about just, you're always trying to solve the Rubik's Cube every game, and it starts in a different place every time, so you're just trying to figure it out, and that's the beauty of basketball and the way that you see it. So I love that part of the game, and I have the ability to do a lot of different things in a lot of different ways.
For that wonderful Game 2 performance.
Clay, how much extra space was there in this game, maybe, as opposed to the first game for you?
Well, I think we applied what we watched from film as far as moving the ball, spacing the floor. Shout out to J. Michael Green. What an amazing night he had. You can't just leave him open. He's a knockdown three-point shooter and just a rugged defender. And to be inserted in the starting lineup like that and just shows his professionalism and his readiness and what he's about. And couldn't be more proud of him and grateful for his effort tonight.
Draymond said you were kind of particularly agitated the last couple of days about the Game 1 performance, just team-wide. What about it, besides the loss, really ticked you off?
I didn't play well, personally. I thought I let my guard down. I thought we let one slip away, but, we did our jobs tonight, and we know how well this team plays at home, so we got to go to L.A. with the same mindset as far as physical defense, ball sharing, and having fun and just being, us older guys just being the leaders we are.
Clay, Steve has often referred to your 37-point quarter back in the day as a religious experience. When you go off like you do and knowing how spiritual you are, what are these moments like when you hit a three, run over to the crowd, got them all fired up on a timeout? You jump differently when you're in that zone.
Yeah, I see moments you work for. You might not see them all the time when you're in the gym, when you're conditioning, running 1,000 miles, but those short moments of, euphoria and that flow state where you just feel like you can't miss make all those hard days more than worth it. And I was just trying to get the crowd going, and it's always fun when you shoot the ball well, but it's even better when you couple that with a win.
Is it me? Okay. Clay, you had a really big game tonight. Obviously, you led the team tonight, but it was the exact same stat line as Game 3 in the finals against the Cavs and LeBron in 2017, 11 from 18, 11 for 18 from the field, and 8 for 11 from 3, 30 points. One, did you know that? And then two, can you just kind of speak to you in that type of play in the playoffs, and then to have that against LeBron yet again, and then you said this was a dream come true of a series for you. Just kind of elaborate on that.
I had no idea. That feels like an eternity ago. And it's still weird seeing LeBron as a Laker because of the history the Warriors and the Cavs had. But, LeBron's one of those special players like the Michaels, Kobe's, LeBron, who bring out the best